Do you struggle to grow your business while maintaining your well-being? Are you feeling burnt out? Are you a single mom wanting to avoid burnout as an online coach? Well, this video is for you. My name is Jackie McKeever. I'm here from www.jackiemckeever, where I help you attract your ideal client using your personality, reach your 10K business goals using story selling. Listen, before I dive down deep, don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you can stay inspired and grab all the information that I've created for you to help you stay inspired, stay encouraged, and give you the tools, skills you need in your coaching journey. Y'all, let's get started. So, the first step in avoiding burnout as an online coach is to understand what burnout is. Listen, I've had my share where I was a single mom, um, trying to balance my career, trying to balance my career. I was going to school for a master's degree, and I had three children. I was the head of my household and helping a family member with their household. Y'all, I was so stressed out. I wish something like this was here because I didn't understand at that time what burnout is. But however, the good thing is that I'm here to serve as your guide to help you avoid burnout. And so I mentioned the first step is understanding what burnout is. What Once you understand what burnout is, you're able to avoid it and overcome it at times when you have experienced it. First, understand that if you're experiencing it right now, you're not alone. Many people, millions of people go through burnout as an online coach. Hey, even psychiatrists, people who have been trained, educationally trained, and have a practice, has suffered from burnout. So that tells you what? That burnout can be a real challenge, and burnout is real. When you feel burnout, you feel exhausted physically and mentally, and it can sneak up on you, especially when you're a single mom juggling coaching, family, your 9 to 5, and life itself. It's vital that you recognize the signs. And speaking of recognize the signs, that's the next step in order for you to avoid burnout as an online coach. You have to recognize the signs. I'm going to say that again, just for the back row who did not capture it. You have to recognize the signs in order to avoid burnout. Listen, so when you have burnout, when you're feeling burnout, it starts with fatigue, and it's fatigue that starts to increase, and like it might be mild, and then it goes to a more severe fatigue. And that's the body telling you, listen, you're burning out. You need to do something. You can experience lack of motivation. And I'm not saying, okay, I don't really want to go to work motivation. Okay. And you're just saying something because you might not even like your job. But I'm saying motivation so you feel so deeply that it's hard for you. You got to coach yourself just to get out of bed sometimes. Okay. And these feelings it's important that you do something about it because these feelings, these signs, if you don't do anything, it can lead you to depression. Another sign of burnout would be an increased stress level. Does it sound familiar? Listen, remember, you are not alone. It's vital that you acknowledge that you're feeling this way and you take proactive steps to avoid burnout in your coaching journey. Listen, you created your coaching business because you found out you had a gift, you had a calling on your life, and you knew that you have the solutions that you can help people excel in different areas. And so that's why you created your coaching business. So it's important that you learn these essential tips that help you avoid burnout while you're building your online business. Now, these tips that I'm about to give you, they were a game changer for me. And I had to learn these tips the hard way. But however, the great thing about social media, about YouTube, is that you don't have to learn these tips by yourself because I'm going to give them to you. The first tip to avoid burnout as a online coach is to make a mindful commitment. You was like, Jackie, what are you talking about? A mindful commitment. I am talking about you want to take time to create a contract with yourself. In the contract, you're agreeing like, hey, you're saying like, and I'm gonna use my name. You're saying, hey, insert your name. Or I'm gonna say Jackie. Hey, Jackie, I am agreeing with myself to make a commitment to avoid burnout as an online coach. This will help me state the reason, the benefits of you working to avoid burnout. This will give me more energy. This will allow me to achieve all my goals. These are my goals. These are my goals in my business. These are my goals in my life. This will help with my productivity. This will help with balancing all my responsibility. I owe no one except for myself to prioritize myself. And I commit to, and then you will list all the steps that I'm going to outline that you're going to have in your contract. First, you're going to embrace self-care. That means you're going to prioritize it. You are, if you're running a coaching business. So you have to learn how to balance productivity and balance self-care. Okay. You have to balance that, your home life, with your business life, with your work life. Okay. You have to find a balance and to embrace self-care. It means you have to prioritize self-care to recharge your mind and your body. Okay. So what does that mean? How do you embrace self-care? You embrace it by creating goals, by learning to stop feeling guilty. Because one of the ways you can embrace self-care is just understand at times, especially when you first start doing self-care, because you want to avoid burnout in your coaching business as an online coach, is you when you first start doing, you're going to feel guilty because you're going to say, hey, I'm doing these things for myself. I should be doing this or I should be doing that. Listen, listen, Linda, listen. You know that saying, listen, Linda, listen. It is okay for you to do something for yourself. In fact, if you need approval, I'm here to give you approval to prioritize self-care. It does not have to be like 3 and 4 a whole day. Okay, it doesn't. Not in the beginning. The reason why you created that, made that commitment and created that contract in step one is you're going to use that when you feel guilty for doing the self-care, whatever the self-care is, you're going to pull out that contract and remind yourself of why you're doing it. You're doing it because you owe it to yourself, because it'll help you balance your responsibility, help you be productive in the areas you have to be responsibility. It'll help you achieve your goal. It'll help give you more drive, keep you motivated. And these things are important for your mental health and your physical health, and for your life and business and your family and everything else you put in that contract. Number three. So, number one, you want to make a mindful commitment with the self contract. Number two, you want to embrace self care or by prioritizing self care. Number three, you want to set realistic goals. Remember, I told you, especially in the beginning, it doesn't have to be a day, it doesn't have to be 3 or 4 hours, it doesn't have to be a week of self care. Listen, I want you to be realistic. I don't want you to set yourself up for failure or even burn out trying to figure out how to not be burned out. I don't want you to overload your schedule. Listen, I'm going to tell you what I did and what I encourage my coaching clients to do. I encourage them to first look at their schedule and set a date and a time to spend a minimum of 1 hour. Now, in this 1 hour, you're not going to be on your phone. No phones, okay? You can sit your phone somewhere. I'm not saying turn it off, but don't have your phone while you for this 1 hour, okay? No phones. You're going to do something that you love to do, and you're going to do it by yourself. It's like dating yourself. I went so far that I called this day self love day, where you love or love myself, aka love myself more day. And I celebrate this on the 15th of the month, the 15th of every month. Listen, if you need more motivation in order to uh do self-care or reminders, listen, child, I am here for you. Actually created a Facebook group. It's called Uplift, and it's perfect. It's designed for women wanting to prioritize themselves, to love themselves more, to find balance, to find love, to find productivity, find peace within their self. That's what Uplift. Uplift is just for women. Okay, we post things in the group to help uplift you, which is why we get where the name came from. And if you would like to join that group, I'm going to put the link in the description. It'll be under resources or somewhere below my special announcement. But it's important. And when you do it, to help you motivate it, just to add like the cherry on top of the ice cream, celebrate the wins. Yes, I feel good. I took an hour of my busy schedule and I just worked on loving myself. I I went to the park because it doesn't have to cost you anything. You can do something free like take your pencils and paper. Say you love to journal or you love to write short stories. You might want to take your notebook and go to the park. Go to a quiet, well lit space near the water, near ducks, and just write for an hour. Just you and nature for an hour. And then celebrate the win. Like after writing for an hour, I decided to take myself, celebrate by making a cupcake or treating yourself to something. Remember, this is just you. This is not you and your man, you and your friend, or you and your kids, or any other family. This is you dating you, celebrating you. So, number four, speaking of family and friends, remember we have responsibilities at home, right? So I know you want to be the super mom and you want to be the super coach, but listen, after you've done the first three steps, the next step you want to do is you want to delegate and outsource those responsibilities within that hour. Okay, because if the people around you cannot handle some of the duties that you have for an hour, what is wrong with them? What is going on? What's really going on? Listen, the truth is they'll be okay for an hour. And like if you, and I'm going to give you, I'm going to go deeper. If you have a family member that can watch your kids for an hour, enlist their help for an hour. Tell them, hey, you want to go take care, you want to go get your nails done, and you just want to have do some self-care. Self-care for an hour. Can you watch the kids for an hour? I'll be back in an hour. Or better yet, tell them an hour and a half because you got to put some driving time in there if you're actually physically going somewhere, and be back within that time period. And it's important that you be back in that time period because you may have to enlist on them, that you may have to enlist their help the next time you want to do it. Let's say you don't have anybody to watch your kids, but you want to have some self-care time. Listen, you can do this before the children wake up. Get up early in the morning or stay up after the kids go to bed and take an hour. You don't even have to leave the house. You go in the living room. You can even go into the closet, go into the bathroom, close the door. Okay. They're asleep. They will be okay for an hour. And you can just rest. You can journal. You can pray. You can do your nails. You can meditate. You can do yoga. You can do arts and crafts. Whatever it is that you love to do or used to love to do and you don't do anymore. Do that one thing for an hour. It really matters. You're staying focused. You're not running back and forth. If you're in the house and your children are in the house sleep, you're not running back and forth. You're going to sit in that space for an hour with just you. And guess what? If you decide you don't want to do nothing for your self-care, guess what? That's okay too. You can just lay in the bed and do nothing for an hour just to yourself. No phone, remember, no phone, no man or woman depending on you, or no significant other, no children, no friends, no family members, just you dating you and you celebrating you. So that leads me to the fifth tip. The fifth tip, in order for you to avoid burnout as a online coach, my fifth tip is to create boundaries. Listen, you do not have to go in details of why you're doing your self-care day. Okay, your self-care love myself more day. Okay, or what made you do it. Set a boundary. You're setting a boundary by not allowing people, places, and things to interfere with what you're doing. You're not inviting them. You're making it clear because you might say you want to go get your nails done. Oh, mom, I want to go. Oh, I want to go. You'll have people who want to go with you, and you have to tell them no. And if you feel like it's hard for you to tell them no, don't invite them. Don't tell them. It's important that you maintain a clear boundary between the spaces between your your 9 to 5, between your uh family, between your friends, between the coaching business that you're working on. Here's another step that I added. This is another step. The next step is step number 5. Seemed like I gave y'all way more than excuse me, I'm on step number 4. Step number 4. Step number 4 is the power of community. Remember, I told you that I have an uplift group. You're welcome to join. It's a free Facebook group where we help each other out. It's perfect for single moms, for working women, for coaches who just need to be able to connect with further women who understand what it's like to wear multiple hats. Oh, I struggled with that word. To wear multiple hats, to build a coaching business. Somebody that's somewhere for someone looking for just a supportive network. somewhere where you feel that you're not alone in your journey. And you'll be able to collaborate with more people just like you. And that is in my Uplift group. I will post the link down in the description. So my fifth step in order to help you avoid burnout, it's important that while you're doing self-care, that you take the time to just network with people that share some of your interests. If you're an online coach, mingle with some people in that industry. They don't actually have to just do, you might be a fitness coach. They don't have to be a fitness coach. They may be business coach. They may be a social media coach. They have something in common with you. They may even be a social media coach or or do something, content creation, somebody. They do something that's like your business or similar to you, because if you learn to network, you're able to share and not feel alone, not feel like you're the only one doing the things that you do for yourself, for your family, and for your business. Now, those are 5 practical steps to prevent you as a coach from experiencing burnout.